comfortable who I am. In so doing, I'll be comfortable who comes into my space. Whoever comes into my space will see 100%. It's not, I don't know how to do the cloak and dagger philosophy of the industry. I don't know how to walk the gray areas. My life is in black and white. It's either I like you or I don't. Yeah. So I think that's it. Staying authentic to who I am has made it so easy to navigate the murky waters of entertainment, which is hard. I've seen really great guys start this industry. Amazing guys, smart people, not compromising. They come from families, they don't have to be rich, they just understand their path in life. And later they begin to compromise in order to fit in. They begin to fit into a caste system, if you will, a clique system in order to survive. What I will say, and I'll continue to say, is that lane that you're rushing to be part of is clogged with so many people that all look the same. And that is what today's world is creating everybody to be. It's almost like a clone of everybody, back to back. And it is so much traffic in there. It's almost like Lagos Marina traffic. You can't see left, right, because you're so fixated on getting ahead and being part of it. And you will get ahead, but you can only go so far. The path you should belong to is your path. Your path is traffic free. Only you travel on that lane. And anybody that wants to see you doesn't have to see many people, they see only you. I think by and large, that's been my founding philosophy on how I carried on over the years.
Loyalty is like a thing for you. Anywhere you go, and I have, monitored some interviews that you've been, and you did mention loyalty. Apart from that, what is that one thing that helps you to keep you going?
My instincts. I've built my instincts through pain. I've built my instincts through disappointments. I've built my instincts through failures. I've built my instincts through trials and errors. I've built my instincts with longevity. I've built my instincts with resources. A lot of people spend resources trying to be seen and heard. I spent resources not to be seen. And that has been my greatest weapon. So every time I come out to be seen, people see something. People hear something new. What I was seeing 5 years ago is different from what I'm seeing now. How I think 5 years ago is different from how I think now. What I do 5 years ago is different from what I do now. Because people notice. Every time I do something last, I give it time. The next time we're having this interview is probably going to be 2 years or 3 years. It's true. I give you people time to absorb what I came with the last time, so that when I come the next time, there's rejuvenation, if you will, something new, a whole different me. And that is the mark a lot of people are missing. It's become my founding principle. And the other thing that guides it is, again, my instincts. My instincts, it's like outstaying your welcome. When you go to someone's house, because this is what it is. They're strangers that have adopted you. That's what your fans are. They don't know you personally, they just love you. And implicitly, for no reason. You can't outstay your welcome every time. Once you outstay your welcome, it becomes, that's it. Okay, there's no mystery anymore. So maintain a certain mystery. Develop your instincts to a point where I can tell a fake person 10 miles away. I don't have to. I just hear you on the phone.
They're so sharp like that.
Every time, it's become a thing in my house where before my sister dating back in the day, they tell me, hey, talk to my boyfriend. I just hear him. And when I'm in the country where they are, I say, hey, come, let's go hang out. No matter how you pretend.
You will know.
And then, my mom and I used to share this gift where she would call me and say, I'm about to do something, get into a business or whatever. I tell her, give me a week. I think about it, I run about it. She knows my instincts is so on point. When I call her and say, don't do it, sometimes she will go and do it.
And then just to see
something
what
will
happens.
go wrong. Something will go wrong.
She just wants to try.
Absolutely. There was a housekeeper, I'll give you a quick analogy, that was brought in that time. My mom moved to Manchester. So she started this daycare center because my nieces, she was taking care of them, and then there was an Indian family around the premises that used to come drop off their kids to my mom. And after a while, she said, you know what, I want to start a daycare center. And we started. One of the ladies that became one of the nannies, the day I went to visit, which was a year after, it became really successful. They were probably handling about 80-something kids. I met her. She was the one I met in the school the day I went, because my mom wasn't around. They went to pick up some kid. And I spent some time with her. When I came back, I told her, let this lady go. Something is not right.
How does it feel? Is it a hitch? Or you hear a voice? How do you...
It doesn't, is a very ominous thing.
I just want to...
Sometimes the hair at the back of my neck stands still. I can't tell why. It's usually charming, impressive, well-educated.
Is it a female voice or male voice?
It does, I said the hair
Oh, okay.
at the back of my neck stand up. Sometimes I'm just cold. Sometimes I have goosebumps.
Just
There's,
like that.
every one of us has this instinct. Some develop it, some don't. I'll give you an example. Has something ever gone wrong in your life and you tell yourself, oh, I knew that I shouldn't have done this? Yeah? That premonition is the instinct you must develop. Something gave you all the signs when you met that guy that fucked up. Forgive my French. He gave you all the signs when you entered that business that didn't work, or that person you trusted, or that journey you took that didn't work. He gave you all the signs, but you're not used to the signs, so you ignored it. Now, imagine if you begin to develop and understand the signs. Every time you sit down, I can walk into a room, I can tell every one of these gentlemen who doesn't like me and who does. Simply. By energy.
By just looking.
By energy. It's not, I don't want to see their faces, it's the energy. I feel the energy. So it's like a conduit of sorts. The more you think about it, the more you can sit still. Because every time people are in the middle of noise, you have to find spaces, serene spaces that tell them.
Sorry.
But I didn't, everybody else, so even Igbos don't get it right. Because here's the twist. It's a lot of people assume is in Delta name. There's a big family, probably bigger than mine, that's called Asamoah. They're a very political family, but mine is Asamoah, comes with E. Asamoah, that's right. So that is, I thought early on, basically I think owing to the lack of support I got from my family, they didn't want to identify with me because my family are full of businessmen, erudites, traders. They thought being an actor is such a disappointment to them. Yes, because they told me pretty much, Oh yeah. My dad asked me to leave the house. When I refused to do my master's, my dad said I was going to throw my life away. I should leave the house and lose the last name.
Because psychology, banking and finance, and I'm wondering
how
why
acting came. So that was what happened. I wasn't allowed to use my last name at some point. So basically, what I did essentially was take the first and the second name, and that's how what I rolled with. But that it was a bit to not identify with them from the beginning. But by error and omission, it turned out to be the best course of action I've taken because I was able to I didn't foresee perhaps how big I was going to become. So at the end of the day, it worked out that was also a way I used to protect them from the public life.
Now, you were born in Gabon.
Yes.
How did you end up in another state?
Yeah.
Take us through that as well.
My dad was a construction engineer. He left, he speaks really impeccable French with my mom. My sisters due to the black sheep as still done. But basically, he migrated to Cameroon with a reverend priest that saw how brilliant he was. Very brilliant man. He is exceptionally brilliant, really. He's not PhD, but he's one of those men that has found ways to learn about things in life that classically has to be taught to other people. And I think that's how he sort of raised me. So he migrated with the priest to Cameroon, and from Cameroon they went to Paris together, where he had most of his education, and then from there to Gabon. he started working for this guy that was like one of the top bosses in Spibat. Spibat is one of the largest construction company that consequently came to Nigeria. So they worked for long years and